Hi, this is Rob.
And Katie from Livin Lovin Disney.
With a big thanks for listening to the podcast. But we'd also like to remind you to subscribe, follow, and rate us on the following sites: iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, or Podbean.
Also, you can find us on Facebook. We'd love to hear some suggestions and comments that we could use maybe in our future shows.
Hello there, this is Rob.
And Katie.
Welcome into
Livin Lovin Disney.
Livin Lovin Disney. This is the newest episode. It's another Disney Junior episode. And we're going to talk a little bit about a few of the news stories that are going on right now. And also we'll do a little restaurant review of Maria and Enzo's restaurant down in Disney Springs that we went to last time we went to Disney World recently. So Katie, why don't you start us off with the one that bummed us out the most when we read the news about
the tragical, magical Express.
The magical, yeah.
So I love the Magical Express. I really do. I love to get there and you get right into Disney, immediately jump on the very Disney bus, and the Disney films are playing, and you're already on your vacation, man. There's no distraction from the moment you get off the plane.
I really look forward to that.
Yep,
really,
I loved it.
You got your magic band on. Well, we usually put our magic band on right there, like everybody, and then
from this moment forward,
you're getting in line. You're thinking about getting to your resort, taking the bus there, and
yeah,
it really is the beginning of the trip. And so when we read that they were going to cease operation of the Magical Express,
what a tragical ending to such a magical piece. It was just one of the perks that Disney has.
Oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
Well,
what are we going to do? I mean,
take a train, take an Uber, take something.
I mean, because that was part of the whole cool thing about Walt Disney World.
Don't worry about it.
We could get right to our resort. We could use Disney transportation. I know some people, that probably drives them nuts being on the buses and stuff, but I kind of look forward to that because you're in the bubble and you don't have to worry about renting a car, driving. That's one thing that I really enjoy. And so that the beginning of the trip is you get on the bus and you watch the videos and you get to do the little trivia things on the bus, which is kind of fun.
And you just stop thinking, leave all the cares of the world behind you at the airport and into the Disney bubble.
What a bummer. I mean,
it is a bummer.
We did read also, was it in the same article that they were going to be having a train going from the airport to Disney Springs?
Correct. And I think it's timing out to almost the exact same time where one ends and one begins. I also read today that they are also talking about doing a different kind of like internal Disney Uber system.
Well, they got to do something, because I'm like, when I was thinking about that, I'm like, well, okay, so you take the train to Disney World and you get dropped off at Disney Springs area. Then you got to get to your resort. So
let's just back it up further than that. You get off your plane, go gather your pile of luggage. Then haul that from A to wherever the hell the train... Oops, sorry, family show. Wherever the train area is, as you're hauling all this luggage. And then you're going to take all that luggage and haul it into the train. Well, how much room is in there? And then take your speed train over to Disney Springs.
I know, because, you take it to the Magical Express.
I'm still hauling luggage in Disney Springs. Now I got to find a bus.
Stick it under the bus for you.
Yeah, now I got to get on a bus, which there's no undercarriage on one of those internal buses.
I know. There's got to be some.
To get to the resort. I mean, what a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I'd rather, at that point, pay my $50, $70, whatever it is, to take your Uber.
Oh, yeah. Well, it could be more
and just go straight to the freaking resort.
I mean, isn't that like a 40-minute drive or something?
Something like that. I don't know.
I don't know what an Uber would cost.
Or maybe you just Uber from Disney Springs to the resort. But I just feel like...
It costs us $20 to go to Uber to Universal Studios, like almost $30, I think, last time we went to Universal Studios from the Poly, or Animal Kingdom, I think. So...
Well, we were out there a little bit, yeah.
I know, but just kind of gauge it that way. So it's not going to be cheap if you take an Uber, but you may have having to do that. I don't know what's going to happen because you think they're going to come up with something. They've got to come up with something because what a bummer. I mean, how many people have relied on that, and that's really part of their experience. You know?
It's one of the perks of staying at one of the resorts.
Yeah,
it's one of the things that you have, and now that's gone. And first it was the cute little luggage tags you could get. That's gone. And then now the Tragical Express. I mean, Magical Express is going to go away as of
well, they're not giving you
next
your
year,
magic band either. You can have a
the
magic
end of the
band.
year. Your free magic bands are gone. All these little perks
you can still use a magic band. You just have to get your own.
Of course. But all the little free perks are
I mean,
getting slowly sucked away. And
I guess part of it's
sad.
Understandable because of what's happened with
I know they've taken a lot of hits, but we're still paying.
Well, we'll see. Maybe there'll be something we just don't know about yet after they do the train thing. Maybe they'll have some kind of, skip-de-doo thing over to your resort from Disney Springs that you can do. Probably have to pay for it though.
I don't know, but we're going to get one more Tragical Express ride. I mean, Magical and Tragical Express
speaking
ride.
Of the Magical Express, the last time we went, we did just go to Disney World, and we'll talk about that on later episodes, but we can talk about this now. The last trip on the bus, it was a little different, wasn't it?
It was.
They didn't have the same video.
They didn't have the usual video on. They weren't doing the fun little trivia and all that on. They had a loop of
Hamilton.
Yeah, basic stuff, and then
I think they had a cartoon or two.
And then they talked about COVID stuff and all your precautions.
I know some of you are probably Hamilton fans, but I was praying to God that they didn't start playing Hamilton. I'm not a Hamilton fan at all. I can't. I mean, I was on doing a job at somebody's house, and they said, "Hey, Rob, have you checked out Hamilton yet?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not really into rap or hip hop, so I don't think I can make it through it." And they turned it on. They had just set up their surround sound system, and they cranked it. And I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, they were watching it, so I had to listen to it, but. Maybe someday I'll try to get through it, but I'm not a big Hamilton. So I was hoping they weren't going to show a bunch of Hamilton.
I tried, and I'm told I need to try harder.
Yeah.
I made it through 15 minutes.
So sorry, Hamilton fans.
Sorry, Hamilton fans. I made
Livin
15
Lovin
minutes.
Disney is not
the rap killed me in the first 15 minutes. I was told that if I can get through that it does get more into hip hop and other music. And
maybe I'll give it another try.
I will skip the first 15 next time. So that I can see if I can get a little further.
Okay, so there you go. All right, so Magical Express, we're real sad about that. So enjoy it while you can. The next thing we were going to talk about is Jungle Cruise. This kind of jacked me up a little bit. I'm really getting tired of this whole
politically correct ride changes.
Things racist. I really, when I think of the Jungle Cruise, I don't think anything racist about it. It's just a fun ride. I mean, they say that people are complaining about it. I just find it hard to believe.
I like to see these people.
Yeah, they always say there's a whole bunch of people, but how many people are there?
Yeah.
And don't they have something else they can complain about?
Oh, I'm sure these kind of people are complaining everywhere.
Oh, you guys are loving this episode, aren't you?
Woohoo!
Oh, crabby little Katie and Rob. But, I mean, you read the article, right?
Yes, I did read the article, and it's getting a new overlay. There was some mention of the possibility, but nothing confirmed, that maybe they'll tag into the new Jungle Cruise movie and pull some of that into it.
But not much. They're going to have little hints of it, but they're not going to really put
all of it in there. Correct.
Into the ride.
They're going to talk about it's a skipper's journey.
Right.
That goes down and gets lost on their
A
cruise.
3-hour tour. The skippers, the river started getting rough. The jungle boat was lost.
So anyway, it'll be an overlay. The monkeys on a boat and the people on the pole that are getting stabbed up the rear with the rhino are going to get.
It's going to be tourists.
Rainbow colored.
Well, they're going to be tourists.
Yes, they will be. Politically correct mix of colors.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't doubt it's going to be still enjoyable. They're still going to have jokes and stuff, and it'll still be the Jungle Cruise. But I'm just getting tired of the whole. They always plug the racist thing in there, and I'm really getting tired of that kind of stuff. I just want people to be happy.
I just want them to reimagine things if they feel like it needs an overlay without saying because it's racist.
You know what? In all reality,
it needed to be updated.
I get it. Yeah, absolutely. So this will be a refreshing thing, but you know,
but not in the name of racism.
Just do. Hey, we're going to update the ride.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you got to say. Think about it.
It's not supposed to take very long, and it's supposed to be done by the end of the year. Okay. So I think a lot of the props
Disneyland's going to probably start theirs first because they're closed down right now anyway. So
I would say
they said they were going to take advantage of that time.
I think they'll probably, hopefully, do Splash Mountain on that end first too, since that's all closed.
I hope so.
They'll work on that end, and we'll keep working on what needs to be done on this end because they've got a lot of projects still going between Tron and Galaxy Coaster. And
I'm really looking forward to our next trip. For sure.
Got quite a bit. Well, that won't be open until 2022.
Well,
so.
I know, but maybe Rivers of America will be back open.
Yes, it will be.
So.
It will be. I already read on that.
Okay, so any other comments on the Jungle Cruise renovation?
I think it really did need an update. I get that. I mean, I love the classics, but it was time to get a little love, a little Disney love.
It's not bad.
And I'm not opposed to it at all. I think the theming will stay good and will...
This is the reasoning behind it.
It's the reasoning. I know it gets in our craw, but I think it needed it, and I think it'll be fine.
Let's face it, there were cannibals, and there's headhunters, and that's all real stuff. It's not like Disney made that stuff up. So, but it was all in jest and fun. Really.
It's right up there with pirates and chickens, and he wants the redhead. Is it politically correct or not? Did pirates sell chickens? I don't think so. But hey,
probably ate chickens.
I'm sure they throttled chickens, but I don't think they stood out there and.
I was going to say something else, but it's Spanish show.
In a red hot dress selling chickens.
So, anyways, it'll be fine. I'm sure we'll still enjoy the ride for sure. Now, the next one is the Hall of Presidents. Obviously, we just had an election, so they're going to do a...
to be expected. They're going to overlay the new president there. To be expected.
They use the word controversial Hall of Presidents.
It's always controversial. It took them, 3-4 months at least before they even contemplated putting Trump in?
Yeah, and I know there were some other issues. You going to say something, Duchess? Stay right there. But... yeah, so they're going to be shutting that down if they haven't. I think they already have, actually. And they're going to be adding Biden to it. They don't know if he's going to have a speaking part or not, but he'll be added. And, well,
as all presidents are,
that's what the purpose of the attraction is, to celebrate, American...
our heritage and our lineage and all that stuff.
I mean, let's face it, not all presidents are, I was looking at the list of presidents earlier today, and there's a few in there I don't even know who they are. I mean their names. I'm like, I don't even, I never learned about them in school. But most of them I knew. But there are a couple in there that you don't know a whole lot about. They didn't really last that long. There was one in there, I can't remember his name right now, but I think he served a full term, but you never hear about him. So, anyways, so that's okay. So that's shut down for now, and that'll be added. So they're redoing that one. All right. So with that, let's get on to when we were at Disney World. We did visit a few different restaurants, and one of them we visited and wanted to check out was Maria and Enzo's restaurant.
Restaurante.
And we thought it was from a movie. Remember, we were trying to figure out if it was from a movie or something, but it's really not.
It wasn't?
I can't remember the backstory on it now, but it wasn't from, we thought maybe it was from like Lady of the Tramp or something.
It's from a movie of some sort. We figured the
but
connection.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's from
Well, if you do, if somebody knows out there, please share.
So they probably do have some kind of backstory. I think I remember reading about it, but anyways, we did go there. It's kind of split up into two different sides, if you remember. Enzo's side is a pizzeria, and I think it's more of a walk-up, it looked like, and you can get slices of pizza, probably whole pizzas too, and just sit down and eat outside. But for whatever reason, I can't remember if it was cool that night or whatever, but we ended up going on the Maria side and getting a table inside. What did you think about the restaurant inside, Katie? Atmosphere.
The atmosphere was fine. course, we were in COVID atmosphere. That's kind of hard to judge, but we were taken in. We waited quite a bit outside, of course, at the table for quite a while. And then we went in. We got seated at an upper table. They had tables down below, and they have a balcony.
Yeah, and the balcony goes kind of all the way around the
whole
top,
restaurant.
right?
Right. Kind of one table width and an aisle for the waitress or waiter to get through. So not a big balcony, a narrow balcony. And we were seated up there so we could look down upon all kinds of people.
All the peasants.
Down upon the peasants. Now, and there was, a big world globe, and it had cool artwork and stuff in there. It was pretty.
Yeah. And I don't know what got you down below. We just got set up.
That's just
top.
Where we got sat.
Which was fine.
Luck of the draw, and it's fine. I didn't care. We were hungry at that point. I just didn't care.
Right.
I wanted to sit down and eat.
Yeah.
We had so much walk-ups. I just wanted to sit down and eat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this trip we did have a lot of walk-ups because we didn't have the meal plan like we usually do.
Right, and you don't have a lot of restaurants open to sit.
Yeah, we'll get into
so
that
anyway, we got in and we got to sit down, and nice and just fine in the environment. And our waitress was very nice, very cordial. She came over and brought us our drinks fairly quickly and an order of bread.
Now they give you a little basket of bread and they give
an oil and vinegar kind of mix thing
to dip your bread in.
Right.
Which I never had before, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, I like bread.
Yeah, and this was like an olive oil dip.
A lot of gluten. Just
kidding. So we had our basket of bread, and then she came back, and our basket was empty, and she brought us another basket of bread. And we were nibbling on that, and she took our order, and it took a little while. It took
wait
a while before we got it. I think we were into our third basket of bread by the time we got our food. And Aaliyah ordered, it was like a chicken parmesan. There was a little pasta.
She got breaded chicken.
It had breaded chicken with red sauce and some noodles underneath it.
I got it right here.
She did not like it at all. The chicken breast was humongous.
It was huge. The chicken breast, it was a big
The whole plate
piece of
was the chicken breast with sauce and cheese on it.
But it had a big layer of bread on top of it.
Yeah.
And tomato sauce on top of it.
And then underneath was this teeny tiny little, almost indescribable pile of spaghetti.
And she is a
pasta girl.
Nerd.
So she was expecting pasta with a little chicken. Instead, she got chicken with a little pasta. And the chicken was kind of dry. She did not care for it. So it was a negative for her.
That is called, I thought I had it right here.
You did have it pulled up. You lost it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then...
Pollo alla Parma. Yeah, the breaded chicken breast. Pollo alla Parmigiana.
Parmigiana.
Sounds good.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, and then we had Tihara with us, and she had spaghetti
and meatballs.
Alla cheddar.
Cheddar, which is spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
And she did not like the meatballs, but she ate the spaghetti.
Yeah.
You ordered...
I had the roasted chicken noodle soup.
That's
and
right.
You know what? I looked at the menu. I wasn't real hungry, so I thought I'm just going to have soup because I don't want to overdo it, you know what I mean? And I didn't want to cart any food around afterwards because a lot of times we'll take it back to the room, and I really didn't want to do that. So I got the roasted chicken noodle soup, I think is what it is called. And yeah, this roasted chicken soup. And it was really good. It has chicken broth, sausage, chicken, onion, carrots, noodles, and pesto. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my plate. I think you got the salmon.
I did get salmon and potato and broccoli or something
grilled
like that?
Salmon, salted baked potato, broccoli with chili and garlic lemon oil.
Thrifty Kurt here. Discover the wonders of buying and selling online, also known as arbitrage. I show you what items I've sold and how much you can get for them. I also have a newsletter that gives you a detailed look on exactly how much I spent and how much actually I paid in fees on all the biggest platforms. eBay, Facebook, etc. Remember, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack, which is my newsletter. It's Thrifty Kurt with a K on all those platforms. Sign up today. Bye.
Did you enjoy your plate?
Actually, mine was pretty good. Mine was pretty safe. My salmon was very good. I have no complaints on my plate.
Well, let's be honest. The girls were kind of picky all through the trip.
They were, but we did try their food. You ate some of Tahara's meatballs.
Yeah, and I didn't mind it. I tried some of Aaliyah's chicken
I tried
breast
some
thing.
of her chicken breast.
I didn't care for it.
I didn't
I don't
either.
think I liked the sauce on it.
I didn't like the sauce, the bread, or the dry chicken.
Was the chicken dry?
Yes.
Okay.
You had to bury it in the sauce, or it was really dry.
Okay. So, but it was a huge piece of chicken.
It's
so if
like
you're
they
hungry,
took
it's
a
good
chicken
meal.
breast and then split it in half and filleted it out like a big, huge layer
That
of chicken.
could be exactly
And then
what
they
they did.
pounded it to tenderize it so it was really thin.
Okay.
And then when they cooked it, deep fat cooked it, it was just really dry. It
So
didn't
don't you
come
all
out
just
juicy.
want to go to there and get the chicken, breaded chicken now?
Sorry. But
Yeah.
the salmon was very good. The bread was good. The service was good. A little slow, but good.
Yeah, she was very nice.
She was very
So we had
nice.
a good experience there. I was tired by the time I got out of there. We've been
Yeah.
going all day. I think.
Would you go again?
I'd probably go again. It's not one of those things like we go to the other restaurants
Yeah.
that we go to every time. It's not one of those restaurants. I might
Right.
try something else and maybe see if we just got a bad deal that
Maybe.
time.
Maybe.
But I'm not going to go out of my way.
No.
Yeah.
There's some places when we rate restaurants, I have well, I would never do that again. Maybe I'll give you one more chance. Liked it very well, but not necessary to go every time. But I want to
Right.
hit it here and there.
Yeah.
And then there's ones that I think about and can't sleep sometimes because I'm dreaming about it. It's just that good.
Really?
And I
Good.
have a few of those restaurants there that are just that
There
good.
are some good ones there. And we usually try to hit them every time.
Yeah, there's certain ones that are just,
Did
I
say
gotta
hit
go.
them or hit them?
Hit them. Hit them, baby.
I thought I said, I tried, my brain was saying hit them, but I might have said need them. So,
So, do
So-
you want to know the backstory behind Maria and Enzo?
oh yeah, you got it right there?
Yes. So, the
Okay, here's
story
the backstory.
behind Maria and Enzo is one of travel, food, love, and friendship, all steeped in Italian tradition. Referring to the backstory of Maria and Enzo, an Italian couple that immigrated to Central Florida in 1920. Their story is set in a long-forgotten seaplane air terminal that became the setting for the restaurant. We couldn't be happier to have a chef as talented as Theo Stonker Valentini. Continued, a native Italian with an incredible repertoire. His cooking has a deliciously authenticity that brings the story to life. So that explains why there's a world up on top, a globe,
Okay.
and all the different cities and stuff all around, because it was an airline hangar. They're connecting the
Okay.
travel to it. That makes more sense to me now. But it's not connected to a movie. We kept thinking, Maria and Enzo. Isn't there one of the Muppet characters named Enzo? I think that's why I kept trying to
I think so.
somehow
Something-
connect it to a
it's
movie. Uh-huh.
something like that. I don't know if his name is Enzo, but there might be. There's a character that's real similar, real close to that.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
not that.
Yeah, I wanted
Which-
to
which-
completely romanticize that restaurant
Yeah.
into something, but
Yeah. So that gives you a little backstory on the restaurant. But I would say if you're in Disney Springs and you looking for some pizza or something.
they have a pizza
they have
side and a pasta side.
and that looked good. We just opted to go to the sit down side because we wanted to sit down.
Right. The pizza side is a walk up,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like going into Cece's or something, where the pizzas are all cooked
Yeah.
and behind glass, and you pick your slice of this, or
And
this.
I think they had a pretty good variety of
Right.
pizzas. So if you love pizza, that's a good place to go. It didn't seem too crowded.
It wasn't
there.
that bad. Of course, nothing was super crowded
No,
when we were there because
right,
of the time we
because of
went.
COVID, but yeah. So there you go. That is our take on that restaurant. I don't know if it was good or not, but hey, that's why we're here, right?
That's why we're here, and you
We
gotta. I try to give everybody a second chance. I mean, mine was
Yeah.
fine, so I wouldn't say that I would not give them another chance
Again,
because I
our
would.
girls were a little finicky.
They're
on
a little
some of the-
finickier
on the
than
food.
most, so
Most of the restaurants we went to, but whatever. Give it a shot.
she thinks she's a pasta connoisseur at this point. So
Yeah, but there are 13, so. So, all right. Is there anything else, Katie, that you wanted to bring up?
not as far as those.
I know we did some other stuff.
We
but,
have a
yeah.
lot of other stuff to talk about, and we're going to bring it all out. We're definitely going to go over our trip with you guys. We have lots of different things we want to share. I think we're kind of going to share them in segments And we're going to do a podcast here shortly about Disney Behind the Mask. So we can share with you.
Disney Behind the Mask.
Yeah, that. So we can share with you what it was like to be in the middle of Disney,
Behind the mask.
Behind the mask. Which, it was interesting. It was hard to keep Rob out of the Disney popo and keep him behind the mask.
I did pretty good, I thought.
You did pretty good.
Kind of drove me crazy a little bit, but I did pretty good. I tried to make the best of it.
So we'll get into it in our next segment. But for tonight, we just wanted to do a little quick one with you guys to touch base again and keep connected to our crowd.
Yeah, and thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Hope you enjoyed listening to us again.
Keep listening.
And we'll get some more episodes out. And until then, you guys have a great week. And we'll see you next time on
Livin Lovin Disney.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.